Hi, my name is Lori Leek and welcome to my kitchen. I am going to share a couple of tips that I use as part of my fasting practice. I do intermittent fasting pretty much some portion of every day, and when I get a hunger pang, I have two ways of dealing with that. Usually the first way that we'll take care of it is through using salt crystals. I have a little container of salt crystals, almost like rock salt that you'd put in a salt shaker to grind up. But I use these salt crystals as something to deal with my hunger pangs. I'll just take a crystal or two, let that dissolve in my mouth like someone would a breath mint, and that makes my body be a little more comfortable. It deals with the hunger pang usually. But today I'm having more hunger pangs than usual because I ate a bunch of junk yesterday. I decided to go ahead and indulge, and it tasted wonderful. But today I'm suffering the results, the effect of that. And the effect is that those food choices drove my insulin ratio really high. So, since my insulin ratio, which is glucose divided by ketones equals an insulin ratio, since my ratio is high, I have more hunger today as I wait to choose to break fast. And I don't want to put anything in that's going to cause a glucose response, which would cause more insulin rise, or even if I drank something that tasted sweet without calories, a sweet taste will provoke an insulin response. And that puts out a message to the pancreas, pulse some insulin out because something sweet has come in and there's going to be glucose and you need to be ready to shuttle that out of the bloodstream. Fat is one of the three macros that will not create any glucose or insulin response. And so I'm going to rely on a little bit of fat to keep me going. So I have a butter dish here and a half teaspoon measuring spoon, and I'll just scrape across the top of the butter to get the half teaspoon measure of butter. And I'm going to sprinkle some salt across the surface, and then I'm just going to lick this off the spoon. I don't need to do that on the camera, but that's how I'm going to deal with my hunger pangs. I may have to do this 2 or 3 more times depending on how long I wish to keep fasting. But those are two of the things that I do to deal with my hunger or my thoughts about eating when I'm fasting, when I'm waiting to go ahead and eat. So I use salt crystals, or I use butter, salted butter. And so those are two of my fasting tips.